guys, so I want to come on and show you how I do my June budget recaps, just comparing budgeted expenses to my actual spending for the month of June. Now that June is over and we're starting a new month here, if you want to see how I prepare my budget in Google Spreadsheets, you can click the link above. Here's the Google spreadsheet that I created last month. You'll see here my budgeted numbers in column B, and now in column C, I'm going to start filling out my actuals. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I use Mint.com to track all of my spending, and all you have to do is put in your account information and it will categorize all of your expenses for you, including the date and the description and everything. It's really a valuable tool and it's completely free, and you can access it, via an app on your phone, or you can go online to Mint.com and check it out. But here's how my spending looks in Mint.com. You'll see here it's already categorized by anything like auto insurance, and if you click on there you can get a detail all of the expenses that were categorized to auto insurance. And this month, in the month of June, all I spent was $118 related to my State Farm auto insurance policy. So yeah, it makes things really simple. I don't have to write out everything I spend, and I periodically do check this throughout the month just to make sure I'm on target with my budgeted amounts, or if I need to make sure my expenses are hitting the correct accounts, because it's not foolproof. I do have to go in there sometimes and say, wait, this particular transaction should be coded here and not here, but I don't have to do that a lot. So here you'll see my June budgeted numbers from the previous video, and now I'm going to be filling out the actuals column, and then I'm also going to have a difference column, just comparing just subtracting the difference from the actuals and the budget. For auto insurance, that's been pretty set. For the last 6 months, it's been $118. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I am combining my renter's insurance and my auto insurance together, which is going to decrease my bill in the future. But for this current month, it was only $118. For my rent, water, sewer, I pay that all through my apartment. That was $145, which was a little bit less than budgeted, and I don't really change that budget number because my water and sewer doesn't fluctuate that much, and then my rent stays at $1091. For renter's insurance, I ended up spending nothing in that account this year because I paid my renter's insurance for the remainder of the policy period last month. Because my renter's insurance ended June 23rd, I just went on and paid the whole policy off. Because I also, like I mentioned, planned on switching to State Farm, so I wanted to get that policy out the way. The new renter's insurance starts June 23rd, but I set my bill up so that I auto pay on the 1st of the month, and State Farm just set it up to start August the 1st, so the next time I pay renter's insurance will be August the 1st. For internet, that stayed $53. Doesn't really change. My cell phone, I spent $112, which is significantly more than the $50 I had budgeted. That's because I had to pay taxes on a new cell phone. I've had my previous cell phone for I think about 3 to 4 years, so it was about time to get a new cell phone. I had the iPhone 7. And I decided to upgrade to the iPhone 11 because I was experiencing some problems. For gas, I spent $18. Like I said in the previous video, I've been working from home since March. I don't really go a lot of places, and in Texas, the COVID-19 cases are increasing again. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be home for a while. For electricity, I budgeted $85 because that was a projected bill at the time, but technically I pay my electricity, after the period has ended. So I pay for May's electricity June 1st. So that bill was only $56, the payment that I made June 1st. So $29 less than what I expected to spend. For food, I was just under. I ended at $444. Food, like I've said in my previous video, has been a struggle in terms of keeping down. You can see here the breakdown of how much I spend on restaurants versus groceries, and I spend over in both categories from time to time. But yeah, this is a very generous budget for food because I do eat out. I could cut this down, but I just haven't been able to in the past, so I've just kind of just set my budget at $4.50. For pedicure, I did get a pedicure, and then I also got a manicure. I had, I think, a $13 credit at the nail salon, so I applied that to my transaction. So for the pedicure and the manicure, it was $40, which is, you know, about $5 over than what I budgeted for the month. I do not plan on getting a manicure in the future. That's just something I wanted to do just because I had that $13 credit. For facials, I budgeted $0 because I didn't plan on getting a facial this month, but I still ended up buying a Groupon for 2 facials, which totaled $73.50. So I was very over budget in that category. The facial was a good deal just because I got 2 for $73 because Groupon was having a sale at that time, and the esthetician that I go to, I've been using Groupon since I started going to her, so I just periodically buy Groupons and then use them in the future. For shopping and clothes, I was under, guys. I'm so proud about this, but I only spent half my budget in both of those categories. So I spent $75 in shopping, which included like a video game and like some Target, Amazon shopping. And then for clothes, I spent like $50 at Old Navy. So yeah, that's all I spent in clothing and food for the month of June, which is really good. For entertainment, I spent $52, which was just $2 over what I budgeted. What hits that account is like my Apple Music, and then I also Netflix, I code to that account. So yeah, and then any other like entertainment expenses I may do, like go to movies or something like that. I didn't do that, but that's what would fall under entertainment in my eyes. For travel, I had budgeted $150 because of like I wanted to put into a savings account, which I did do that. And then on top of that, I received a credit of $510 just from canceling trips that I had already planned. So I had a trip planned to Seattle, and I had a hotel down for like $352 that I got a refund for in June. And I also got a refund for a flight that was $100 and another flight that was like $85. So that was a total of $510 of credits related to travel that were posted in June, and I've already spent the full credit already. So that's a net of $360 that I was under in the travel category when you factor in the $150. Car services, I had budgeted $200. I ended up spending $253. Like I mentioned before, I have a 7-year-old car. And it's starting to act up. Like my radio went out a couple months ago. I had to get a new one, and then the new one is causing a battery drain issue. So this, in the month of June, I spent the $253 on like routine maintenance things like car, like my oil change, engine filter change, coolant flush, things like that for, you know, the 100K mileage point that I'm at right now with my car. And I think I'm gonna continue to budget car services going forward because I do plan on getting a new car eventually. So I want to start creating like maybe a separate savings just for car related things. The doctor, I'm just spending $0. For savings investing, I had budgeted $1,000. I saved $700. So yeah, that's my overall recap. I ended up spending more in some categories, like for instance my cell phone, the facial, but then that ended up being like netted with my savings and shopping and clothes, as in I didn't spend as much as budgeted. So overall my budget is pretty good. I did not go over overall with my numbers, which is good. But yeah, like I said in my previous video, I want to focus more on saving and building, you know, wealth and building my retirement savings. So yeah, I think I'm on track for now. And I hope this video kind of helped y'all sort of in some sort of way understand what I've been doing in terms of saving and budgeting and tracking my spending. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.